way technical stuff.
Yeah.
Way over my pay grade.
This is better than Facebook.
Right? Just so everybody knows, it'll go on BST Racing on YouTube Live, and then we'll share it all on our Facebook, guys. But you guys need to share it as well, please.
Okay.
We're still the camera.
Yeah, you're good. That's fine.
We're live right now.
Mhm.
All right, want to welcome everybody back to our BST podcast. We're live at El Paso County Raceway. We've got two races here before our championship night, but the championship's rolling down for all the open wheel stuff. Last weekend, we concluded all of our IMCA stuff, but we have our sprint cars, we have our 1200s, we have the 600s, we have the dwarfs, and we also have the late models this weekend. So all those guys are wrapping up their season. Championships are on the line, so make sure you guys come on out. It's 5 o'clock. We'll start sharp right at 5 o'clock, guys. Beer garden's open, free kids face paintings, concessions are open. It's awesome. It's good times, great racing. And also an added attraction, which our first interview here is Mike Bonsai, Mini Mod, Basil. All right, a great friend of mine, known him forever. 15 years ago we had this dream and talked about it?
15 years ago.
Yeah, about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Laney Bug out here racing. We started it then, kind of had a little hiccup and kind of went silent for probably 4 years. And
About 4 years, and we're recovering nicely right now.
Right. And essentially, in case you guys do not know, I-76 Speedway's been running them. We've had them out at Phillips County, and this is going to be. We've had them out here, but this is our first night that we've actually had them in the infield. We got a racetrack that we prepared for them. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to have them out here. How many are we going to have tonight?
I think 10 or 11.
Okay. So, and the whole thing about this, it's youth in racing. So we're going to interview our mini mods first, and then we're going to go into the 600s. And in reality, the 600s is youth in racing too. So for the old guys like us, if we don't keep this youth in racing, guess what? We ain't going to have nothing to do for retirement. So these guys, it's all up to these guys to get it going, so we have something to do, right?
Help us out, kids.
Right.
We're old.
So real quick, Mike, let's just tell them it's a little more than a go-kart with a modified body on it. Tell them what it is.
This is basically a glorified go-kart with an IMCA body on it. It does have full suspension minus a left front shock. We've been working on this technology and engineering for about 15 years. I'd say the last few years I built 40 cars. So you guys do the math. There's a lot of cars running out there. There's a lot of cars that we don't have here yet that we'd like to see here come. But this is a 13 horsepower Briggs & Stratton bone stock motor, $400 from Harbor Freight. I don't know how we can go cheaper and do anything better than what we're doing right now. I think most of you guys really know what this is all about, but this is actually a serious race car.
And, let's face it, guys, youth in racing, what it's all about. But if you're really going to excel in racing, we see what it takes. And we know the Kyle Larsons, the Christopher Bells, I think they started when they were able to walk. I think they had a steering wheel in their hand. Let's face it. So if you really want to do something in racing, you got to start young. This is a great place to start. Of course, you got quarter midgets, but we all know you got to get on the dirt sooner or later if you're going to be a Kyle Larson or a Christopher Bell. So I think sooner than later. So the youngest age right now, what do we got? 4 or 5 year olds?
6 years old is the youngest age.
6 to 12. Is that what we're doing?
6 to 14.
6 to 14. So 6 to 14, you can run one of these. Obviously, you can get in other divisions, but let's face it, it gets the feel for the driving on the dirt and whatever it is at a young age, and that's what it's all about, right?
Guys, I personally made a lot of laps, as most of you know, in a mini modified, and it's very irrelevant to a real IMCA modified. You can't come much closer than this.
Yeah.
These kids are experiencing what me and Joe and all his fellow racers have done for years and years, hands-on.
One of these times we'll have a podcast and we'll tell them how bad we tore up ourselves in cars out at church.
There's still a bumper stack out there. It's got our name on it.
Yeah, we've raced these many laps.
Many.
And had fun.
Everybody knows
So,
that. A lot
so
of
you don't
laps.
have to be a kid, by the way.
No. By the way, we're starting the new adult version of mini modifieds. Right now, we've probably got 8 cars in order for adult cars. We are going to run a bigger motor, kind of a run what you run. It's going to be good stuff. We're going to follow that up with continuing to support these mini modifieds for the kids, and we're growing every week.
Right on. All right, Mike, thank you. I'm glad you're out here. It's
Thank
been
you, buddy.
Good times. We'll keep you in tune. We'll talk about this over the winter, and then let's do a podcast out at your place. We'll show everybody what you got.
Absolutely. I look forward to that, Joe.
All right, we'll see you. And who do we got now?
Grayson.
Grayson,
Talk, Grayson, buddy.
you gonna talk right into there, buddy? All right, Grayson, first off, how old are we?
My home track is Callahan.
Callahan is your home track? All right, do you like Callahan? Yeah? All right.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah. All right, so you're running a mini mod. How old are you? 5?
7 years.
7. All right, 7 years old. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So have you ran it at I-76?
Yes.
How'd you
Once.
do?
Good.
Yeah? All right, man. All right, well, we're looking forward to seeing how you do tonight. There's going to be a lot more cars. What's your number? What car number?
37M.
37M. Is it blue?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Just like your dad's, right? All right, so do you want to race modifieds when you grow up like your dad?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll do that. All right, buddy, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Get ready, go fast, and have fun.
Okay.
All
Tell them we're
right?
gonna have a great night. Tell them we're gonna have a great night.
We're gonna have a great night.
Tell everybody, come on out.
Come on out.
Come on out and watch us.
Tell them you're gonna sign autographs.
There you
Right on,
go.
buddy.
All right, good job. All right, who's next? You're up. Come on. All right, tell us your name and your age and where you're from.
My name is Addison and I'm from St. Colorado.
Addison, did they give you a last name?
Yeah, my last name is Bree.
Breeze, is that the same guy that kind of kicks butt in those dwarf cars? And then is that your mom that kind of kicks his butt too every once in a while?
Yeah.
Is that the same Breeze?
Yeah.
All right, that's what we want to hear. So it's all in the family.
Yeah.
All right. So back to you. What do you think of these mini mods?
Really cool cars.
And have you raced at 76 as well?
Yes.
How'd you do?
Yeah.
All right. And you've been out here before?
Yeah.
Have you seen the new track that we did?
Yes.
Yeah. You like it?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be fast?
Yeah.
You gonna do good?
Yeah.
You gonna beat these boys?
Yeah.
All right. That's what I like because I have girls, as you know. Peyton and Laney. You know Peyton and Laney?
No.
You'll have to meet them. They're running my stock cars. I lost my ride. No longer a driver. All right. Well, thank you for coming. Get your car ready
Okay.
and have some fun, and then we'll get you back on here and tell us how you're doing. You got 76 next weekend. We're going to be back here the following weekend, so you can run both those. Yep. And then we got the fall brawl and the icebreaker. So you still got some racing left. Yep. All right. Thank you. All right.
Hey Joey, on one last note,
Yeah.
everybody that's watching this live has plenty of time to get. Everybody that's watching this live has plenty of time to get in your car and come out here. I know a lot of you guys aren't doing nothing but watching this or playing on Facebook. This is really happening, kind of like a football game or a basketball game.
And it's way
We're really
fun
doing
and
this, and it's a lot more fun. Everybody get your butt off the couch. Let's go racing.
That's it. Right on. All right. Thanks again, Mike.
Hey, bro.
All right. Who's next? We got more mini mods, or is that all?
Hey, Blake. Blake, man. Off of Blake. All right, my man.
All right. Put that on. Those.
Speak up.
All right.
Talk.
All right, Blake. Talking to everybody. Tell us your name and your age.
Blake and I'm 7.
You're 7. Where are you from? Yeah. All right. So, how long you been running mini mods?
A year.
A year.
Yeah. You've been out at 76. How you been doing out
Tell them
there?
we're doing the points.
Yeah. How you doing the points?
First.
3rd? Uh-oh.
Only a few points out, right?
Yeah.
So we got a really tight points battle going on right now.
Right on. Right
How
on.
many friends do you have at the racetrack?
I don't really know.
You got a lot of friends, huh? We're all a team, right?
Yeah.
Tell them what you like to do in your spare time.
Like to ride.
That's what?
You like to ride?
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun on our 4-wheeler, so.
Yeah.
Did we race this morning?
Yeah.
So you go out at Mike's and run on the track,
Yeah.
have fun out there. Right on. That's awesome. All right, buddy. Well, I'm glad you're here. Do you like the new track? Did you
Yeah.
see it? What do
Yeah.
you think? It's gonna be fast.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
You're gonna do good.
Yeah.
All right, man. Right on. Thank you for
Blake.
coming. We'll keep you posted and have fun.
Flying Cheeto, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Thanks again, Mike. Christian, we'll talk to you. All right, guys. Once again, we're live here at El Paso County Raceway. We've got 2 weekends left for the points for the open wheel guys. Start at 5 o'clock. Make sure you get out here. Lots of racing, lots of open wheel stuff. We've got the late models. We've also got the mini mods that we've been interviewing, the 600s as well. And we got Christian Galacia right here. And actually, he is our point leader. Christian, tell us what's going on.
How's it going, guys? Just out here to have some fun and race this weekend.
Tell us a little about this year, how you've been doing. Obviously, you've been doing good if you're the point leader, but tell us a little about this year.
Yeah, this year's been a pretty decent year for us. Starting to figure out the car a lot more this year. You know, the points battle is pretty close. As of last night, I believe it was about a 36-point gap between me and second place, so it is still pretty close. Anything can happen with racing, is all you guys know. So
Right. And speaking of last night, you just came from Honor Pueblo. How'd you do down there?
we finished, I believe it was fourth place last night there.
Nice.
So
Nice. Right on. All right. Well, we got 2 weekends left. Obviously, your goal is to win that championship.
definitely.
Anything after that? You guys going to do anything? You going to run that deal in Tulsa?
We're gonna
Shootout.
we're gonna see what we can do this year.
Have you ran it ever?
I've never ran it. I've gone out a couple of times and helped some individuals out. Watched it a couple of times, but I've never personally ran it myself. I've always wanted to. It's one of those things that takes quite a bit of money to get out there and get going. And
Yeah.
when you race for points here at home, you know, it's pretty important to focus on stuff here and things like that. So,
Yep. Right on. All right. Well, how about sponsors?
yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Pit Viper Sunglasses, Dino Action out of Jacksonville, Florida, 600cc Performance, The Mission Restaurant out in Falcon, Ruin Wraps, and then PPO Auto Glass, Reptile Foods and More, Allied Heating and Plumbing, Cracker Jack Mud Jacking. Let's see, I have Christian's Luxury Bubbles, Beer Gang Apparel, and I believe that's all of them.
That's more sponsors than Jeff Gordon had.
Yeah.
That's a good
It's great. People treat me good, man.
Right on. All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you very
You're gonna
much.
do Good night.
Yeah, we're
You're
gonna
gonna win it.
go out there and do what we can.
All right. Sounds good.
I appreciate
Thanks
it,
for
John.
coming.
Thank you.
All
Good
right.
one.
Thank you. All right. For anybody who's wondering, that's our Now 600 Club. Actually, we're gonna interview the Sokols right now. So come on in. And the Now 600 is a division that it was brought to my attention probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And I knew in Oklahoma that it's something that it seems like everybody in Oklahoma does it. I don't know how much population is Oklahoma, but you see your races and it's like, okay, that's everybody. So anyways, it's kind of based out of Oklahoma and everybody knows about the Chili Bowl. All right, the Chili Bowl is amazing for midgets, and I've been to the Chili Bowl many times, but I was invited to go to the shootout, which is the weekend before the Chili Bowl, and I was in awe. All right, it was probably 3 years ago. It was the year actually you almost won, right? Oh no, that was you. Okay. And first off, tell everybody who's here. What do we got? Which brothers? Which little brother, old brother?
I'm the younger brother of Justice Sokol. I race the number 25 installed EMI Yoshimir out here at El Paso County Raceway, Stockton, Colorado. So excited to be back here.
Right on.
I'm Colby Sokol. I'm the older Sokol brothers. Yeah, we're from Falcon, Colorado. This is our 3rd year in micros. And I run the number 24S. On the side of it, it's EMI, it's red. That's why we have red team t-shirts. And I don't know, we're just out here having lots of fun.
Nice. So back to what I was talking about when I got introduced to these 600s and I went to Tulsa. I seen that shootout. Was that 4 years ago then?
That would be 3
years ago?
I'd say, yeah.
3 years ago is when I was introduced to them because we were going to bring them out here and start running them out here. And I was totally amazed. I think at that time there was like 1,200 cars, right? So they run 1,200 cars for the whole week. And that breaks down into what, 7, 8 divisions?
7, 8 divisions, yeah.
And then, I mean, it's just amazing how those races go one after another. And you can just sit there all day long and watch racing all day. And you guys are racing all day. I mean, right now the IMCA Nationals are going on in Boone. It's very similar there. I've done that deal. But this deal there it's pretty intense. So seeing that, I seen where obviously this is a division that we need to bring back to Colorado. It's been a little slow road, but I really think we're gaining some steam. You guys have been running nationally. I'd love to see you come run some more local. So I want to thank you guys for coming out. But tell us what you guys have been doing on the national side in Oklahoma this year and the last few years.
On the national side of the Lucasville and 600 tours, what we've been mainly doing, I guess you could say this whole year so far. We've been doing that. We've been hitting some bigger races. I haven't done the best at the bigger races, but at the 600 races, I raced the restricted class and the A class, and I'm sitting about 6th in points for A class, and I'm sitting about 3rd or 4th in restricted. So. Had a good start off to the year in points, but fell off just a little bit, and it's coming back. So closing up the season here in a little bit, but.
So I run the wing and non-wing class, so same car, just wing and non-wing, and I'm sitting 2nd in both of them right now. We went into we raced last weekend down there in Oklahoma, and then we went to Missouri on Sunday and raced, and it's all really just a really good schedule. I mean, Terry keeps it up to date, keeps it really strict, but also it's good that he keeps it that way. So then that way it just flows smooth, and there's a lot of car counts there. There was a race earlier in the year that I won my first international race and my first race at Port City earlier in the year, and there were probably, I don't know, there were probably like 80 cars in one stock non-wing class alone there, and you probably double that for the shootout.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, but it's just really good racing. Racing at small tracks, which is perfect for micros. Nice good top, nice good bottom, and it's a great race.
So if you guys had to guess, or you might even know, how many races have we raced this year?
We've raced, estimate about 50 to 60, about somewhere around there.
So that's what we're probably gonna have by the end of the year. But I think we've gone probably 25 so far this year. But since I've been running wing and non-wing a lot, I probably already have 50 under me.
So when you say 50 or 60, you guys can go to a race and actually run 2 divisions in one night.
So yeah, like when we go, like last
So
weekend.
hypothetically, you might be 30 events, but 60 shows.
Yeah. So like at the
30 shows, 60 races,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we both double up every single race.
Yeah, because I have two cars that I run, and I run restricted A class, like I said, and then Colby runs the same car in both classes. So I guess you could say double the amount of time on Colby's car, but then double the amount of time on both trailers.
Nice. Right on. All right, guys, how about some sponsors you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Rainbow Sprinkler, PQ Plumbing, Yoshimura, Engler, Stollard, EMI, Advanced Racing Suspensions, Speedway, all of our other big sponsors and supporters for helping us out.
Yeah, LaMission. We got some really great just fans that would just really like watching me and Justice race. Anywhere from Frank at EMI, Adam when he was at Advanced Racing Suspensions helping with the shock and everything. Tim Engler at Engler, Yoshimura, all those guys put in a lot of hard work and effort into us. And it feels really good to know that we have a lot of supporters out there.
Speaking of TV, you can tell everybody that they can get on bstproductions.tv and watch us live tonight if they can't make it here live.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a good night of racing, and it'll be different racing back at 9,000 elevation compared to Oklahoma. We're at 3,000 all the time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys came back in 2 weeks. If everything goes good tonight, you guys will be back in 2 weeks because you guys aren't out of town, right?
We race this weekend here, and then we race the first weekend of Oklahoma. So it depends on how
I
this
think you guys are open. I was talking to your mom and dad, Terry actually. But in 2 weeks, when we're back here for a championship, you guys are actually back in town. So hopefully we can get you back again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Excited. Thank you for having us out here, Joe.
Right on. Have
Thank
fun.
you.
I appreciate coming, and we'll talk to you again.
Talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we're gonna get the breezes on here. All right. The rest of the family. We were talking to your daughter. I obviously knew who she was, but you guys are pretty good when it comes to the racing family. Something that we've done all of our lives is made this a family affair. I see you guys are kind of doing the same thing, so that's pretty cool because every time I see a racing family that continues, and you guys with the husband and wife deal, that's pretty cool in itself. And then bringing in your daughters and kids, kind of like I do. But racing in itself is tough. But I think when you bring in the family atmosphere and you do the things and you make it a family, it's got to make it better. I know it makes it better for us because the wife's not at home and she's mad because you're in the garage or in the shop spending all your time or all your money. Because now you can say, well, you're doing it too, babe. So I think it's a pretty good deal. I know I'm doing the same thing. It helps, and the same with the kids, right? So it has to make it easier for everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You travel together, you make racing vacations together, so.
Yeah, you always gotta do the vacation before the race though, because depending upon the outcome of the race, that can ruin the vacation.
Exactly. So Devin Breeze and your wife,
Crystal. Yep.
okay.
Met at the racetrack, got 3 kids that race, my daughter Addison, my son 15, Aiden, and then my youngest Avery has also been in a race car. We're 3rd and 4th gen racing family. My dad raced, his dad raced, her grandma raced.
I raced with your dad, right?
Yeah, Terry.
Back
You would
in the
have
day.
modified. You raced with me a little bit when I was younger.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
16 or
But
so.
that's when you were first coming up.
Yeah,
But your dad, I remember racing with your dad a lot, actually.
yeah, he's skilled, very talented fabricator. Hurricane Motorsports, Springs Auto and Truck is him, and he's a big part of what we do for sure.
That's awesome. So obviously running the dwarfs, you guys are, and then you got the mini mods with the kids. You guys are on the same wavelength as we are, so if there's not racing here, you just soon hook and cook and find a racetrack. You've been racing a lot out of town. Give us a little idea where you've been and where you're going.
Well, let's see. Last weekend we were in Kansas. A few weeks before that was California. We like to go to big races. We like competition. That's the great thing about Dwarfs is they are a fast car. They are open wheel, but they're not quite as expensive sometimes to run as some of the big stuff. So we pick a big race at a track we've never been to and stop a few places along the way and head there. Next week is going to be Texas Motor Speedway down in Dallas, and then week after that we're going to be out in California again in Marysville at the last Western States Dark Car National of the year out there.
Nice. So, and I think your guys' deal become like ours. It's almost year round, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
as
not
long
much
as you ain't
of an
afraid to
off-season
travel or go
anymore.
where it's warm.
Yeah, make sure your stuff will drive through snow.
Right. So real quick, sponsors, your RV company here locally obviously helps out a lot, but you got some other sponsors and you can give those guys plugs.
Yeah, so our place is Premier Auto and RV. We that's what makes it where we can do what we want. Springs Auto and Truck and Hurricane Motorsports is my dad's place. He puts a ton of time into this with us and follows us around kind of wherever we go. Our motors and our power plants are done by Richard up in Fort Collins at Real Tech. He's doing a really good job keeping that stuff going for us. And that's about it.
Nice. All right, you got anything to say? You're good with everything?
I'm good.
You
Ready to
wanna-
get racing.
You want to chime in? You're just ready to go race, right? Let's get this party started.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she got her first win this year, and she had to take it from me on the last lap.
Yeah, that's good stuff though. That's good for
It is.
TV. That's good for TV.
Forget it.
That's what we like. I'd just soon see you kick his butt again tonight. How about that?
Yeah, she was doing good last week in Kansas. She was right there, so
Nice.
it's really good to see her come along this year.
All right, right on, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks,
Thank you. We'll see you guys. Devin and Crystal Breeze, they're doing awesome, and obviously their daughter. Once again, we're live here, El Paso County Raceway, and you got time to get out here. Plenty of racing. Starts live 5 o'clock. As we said, if you can't get here live, bstproductions.tv. You can watch it at home. But we got concessions, we got beer garden, we got live entertainment. We got free kids face paintings and a lot of stuff going on at intermission. And then, of course, those mini mods and stuff. So speaking of mini, well, who do we got here?
Derek Murphy, Sport Mod.
And where are you from, Derek?
Colorado Springs.
You are the Springs. I was thinking you were somewhere out here, but you're right down in the Springs.
Yeah.
So Derek, you're another traveler. You're another guy that got the disease. I think everybody I talk to's got the disease a little bit. Some of us have it more than others. I've noticed you've been traveling. You know, I'm racing here, racing there. Next thing you know, I'm like, is that Derek Murphy? I don't know what the heck. So basically, how long you been doing it, and what is made you decide to go racing anywhere and everywhere?
Honestly, this is the first year on dirt, so it's been a big change for me. I've been an asphalt driver ever since I started. I started when I was pretty young, quarter midgets. Lost a little bit of interest, raced dirt bikes, and then ended up back in cars. And ever since, it's been great. I'm a 3rd generation driver, so it's in the blood and the family. But dirt's been a huge. It's super fun.
So
been a
you've
good
been
change.
asphalt up until last year. So have you had any dirt experience until then?
None.
So obviously, I grew up racing both, running both, like them both. I have my preferences, and obviously it's where I'm at now, kind of where I consider home, and that's on the dirt. I know myself personally, I love it. How about yourself compared to the asphalt? What do you think?
You know, it was really cool because it was very challenging. Like, you know, I like being challenged as a driver, and I came from super late models, and that was a ton of fun, and that's challenging in its own way. But when I got on the dirt, it was literally like learning how to drive for the first time. I mean,
Yeah.
I was like, didn't know what the car should feel like sideways, and
Yeah.
things hiking up, and bumps and rough, and
How
it
about,
was a
how about the
blast.
bumps and rough? So that's the one reason I do love dirt as much as I do. It changes, and it changes throughout the night. It changes every track you go to. You could have a dry slick track, you could have a rough track, you could have a heavy track, you could have a wide track, a narrow track. And it just seemed like every time we were asphalt racing, even when we traveled with asphalt, I'm like, well, basically where we come from. It's all the same.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking it. I love racing in general. But that's where I love the dirt because of the variety and the way things change and the tracks change even throughout the night, like you
Yeah.
said. Because you never get that on the asphalt. When you show up to a track, the worst it gets or the best it gets is maybe hot and cold.
Right.
And your setup will change due to the temperature,
Right.
you know. But here, man, you got to watch it. You got to pay attention to it. You got to adjust your car to it.
Yeah.
And you can be bad fast, and then all of a sudden something changes. You're not paying
Yeah.
attention. You go out there and you're like, oh, I just forgot how to race. I guess I forgot what I'm doing, but you weren't paying attention. So it keeps you on your toes, right?
For sure. One race this year, we were in Pueblo, and I was leading the race and thought I was gone, and I was just doing the asphalt thing, driving the same line over and over again, and then all of a sudden I got passed, 3 to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And it was a learning experience to go, you got to find lines.
Yeah.
You got to change. You
Yeah.
can't stay the same. So.
And you got to fish for it. That's what
For
I
sure.
tell my daughter. So you got to fish for the fastest lane around that track. And it might be low in this corner, high in that
Yeah.
one, in the middle there. But you got to fish for the fast lane.
Yep.
And those people that can fish better than others, they typically there's your Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
He must be a badass fisher. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. One of the cool things is, I think with dirt, you have a better percentage of driver to car. Like the driver can input more than the car. And in the super late models, it seemed like it's very, very high in technology, engineering, etc. Not that this isn't, but you could want it all you want with your heart, but if you don't have the car to compete, or
Yeah.
you're off a little bit
Yeah.
on the setup, you're basically just hanging out, logging laps, and
Yeah.
doing what you can. With the
Exactly.
dirt,
Yeah.
you could have a car that's not so great, and you can make it good just by
Exactly.
changing the lines.
Yeah.
So that part I like a lot because it's a lot more challenging as a driver. It makes you.
It puts more into the driver. It really
Sure.
does. Yeah, that's for sure.
But it's a blast. I wanted to travel around and race, and that was my goal. And I was going to do that with the super late model too. And I found out the dirt thing, and we just ended up. I literally bought the car before I ever drove on dirt. So we drove out to Iowa, got the car, and then I just had to figure out if I could even drive.
That's awesome.
And then once we figured that out, we realized the community and how much you can travel and,
Yep.
and
Speaking
race
of
everywhere.
travel, you mentioned basically once you're done here racing, you're going to do the Vegas deal, right?
Yep.
Anything else like Phoenix? They got that winter heat stuff down there. We're looking at that. There's stuff. It's like I was just telling Breeze. It's almost year round if you want
Yeah.
to travel. If you ain't afraid to travel and you can travel, you can race year round.
Yeah, for sure. Most of the things is I find out about these things. I didn't even know about these.
Yeah.
I just knew about Vegas, and I set my goal to that. I don't know how we'll do. We'll see. It'll be our big first big event like that, but
It'll be fun. It's an
Yeah.
experience. Trust me.
it's going to be a blast.
Then
so.
you got Bristol coming up again. We
Yeah.
did Bristol. That was something else. But
Yeah.
I gotta tell anybody and everybody, if you can go once to race it, do it.
Oh, for sure.
It was truly the only track I've ever kind of been in awe over.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
You got to do it while it's here.
yeah, exactly. And while they're doing it with the dirt, who knows? Of course, the rate it's going, it just might stay dirt. I know there's talk
Hopefully.
about it.
Yeah, hopefully.
whoever thought you'd see that day.
Right? Yeah,
Right
hopefully.
on. All right, Derek. Thank you
Yeah,
for coming. Right on.
absolutely.
Kick some butt tonight. Have some fun. Did you bring the car? You gonna run some of the stuff?
No, I didn't bring the car. Tonight's all about Grayson
Yep.
and the mini mod thing. That's another thing, and that's just been amazing. I saw the mini mods and just had to get him in one.
Yeah.
I raced quarter midgets when I was young, but it's been an awesome thing. Mike Basil is just a crazy amount of amazing person.
Yeah.
He just puts
And
in all this
he
for the
dedicates
kids.
a lot of time
Oh,
to
man.
it. That's cool. So one of the coolest things I seen this year, and I got to tell you, is when you guys went together with your mod and the mini mod going
Yeah.
around, and they look identical. In case people are wondering, they're both blue, same number, but that was pretty cool.
that had to be, that was cooler than me winning the main almost.
Right,
just,
right.
Just
No,
driving on
that-
the track.
that
with
had
it,
to
so.
be neat.
Yeah.
He's having fun, right?
Oh yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
All right, well, have some fun. Thanks again.
yeah.
And we'll get you back on here.
Thank you very
All
much,
right.
and thanks for everything you do too.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, we'll wrap that up. That's a BST podcast live at El Paso County Raceway. Once again, you got time to get out here. We'll go live at 5 o'clock out here. We have sprint cars. We have late models. We have the 1200, 600s, dwarfs, and then we still have some IMCA stuff out here that's going to play afterwards. So, don't forget the mini mods, bonsai mini mods. We got a little track in the infield. It's going to be pretty neat. So, you guys got plenty of time. Concessions, free kids face paintings, beer garden, food, you name it. Come out, have fun. We'll talk to you next week at I-70. Well, actually, before I-76, I should quote this. Phillips County Raceway, Friday night, 17th is our championship night. So we'll see you there, and then I-76. We'll see you. Thank you.